So first of all, when we're young, like children, our parents tell us not to express our emotions. We have a tantrum and they say stop acting that way. And then we learn not to express our emotions. Then we go through school and people are mean and nasty to us. And then we bottle up our emotions because we're not supposed to express them. And we repress how we're feeling in those moments of being hurt by others. We then go throughout our lives, never expressing these emotions, never giving them a chance to come up, and they stay dormant. They stay stuck in our chakras and in our body. Then we get into adult life, we get into romantic partnerships, we get into business partnerships or work, and we start fearing being rejected by people. Those that love us, we start fearing being abandoned by them. We start fearing that we're going to be abused by them. And these patterns continue, and they go on and they go on, leading to suffering, misery, pain. In these horrible patterns we find ourselves in, and we wonder why. Why am I going from relationship after relationship with the same issues coming up for me? And sometimes not even realizing these issues are there, and it's the same thing happening over and over again. We're never taught to introspect. We're never taught to analyze these patterns and to find out, why is this happening in me? What is causing these patterns? And sometimes we don't, as I said, we don't even recognize the patterns are there in the first place. Until there comes that time where we just push ourselves so far that it's either make or break, and we realize we either need to start looking deeper into ourselves to realize why this is going on, or we just completely shut off and run ourselves down into this very painful spiral that just continues throughout the rest of our lives, and we just cope and manage the pain that we've always felt. But I take the former option. I'm taking the former option. And so many people want the former option. They don't want all these painful situations to keep occurring in their lives. It's horrible. I've witnessed it myself in my own relationships, romantic, where I'll give my power away by giving something to my partner when I don't truly feel like I can give that thing. Yet I'll give it to them just to keep the peace or to stop them from breaking up with me because I'm afraid of the rejection. Just like I was rejected in school by bullies. And so the pattern remains the same in my romantic relationships. I'll give my power away. I'll feel like I need to appease my partner and to give them what they want, because otherwise they won't love me. And you can see how it's a ridiculous cycle. And then or in some cases I've even been manipulative. I've consciously said things to not create drama, to keep the peace, to try and avoid conflict. Because again, I don't want to be rejected. Or I'll be controlling because I don't want to be rejected and abandoned. My partner will will get upset with me and say, oh, I want to go move to a different country and I can't do long distance. And then I'll get upset about that because I'm feeling like I'll be rejected and abandoned. And then I'll guilt trip them into saying, oh, you don't care about this relationship or something like that. Because of my own insecurities, again. And where did these come from? They came from when I was bullied in school, or where I was hurt by people in my life, in my younger years. And so, that's the first step, is awareness. Becoming aware of the shadows that we carry within us. Because every single one of us is able to trace these things back in our lives to a certain point where these behaviors stem from. There's always something. It's either going to be based on abandonment, rejection, or abuse. So I invite anyone watching this video to take a moment just to look at yourself, analyze what happened in your past that was perhaps traumatic to you, whether it was an intense trauma or perhaps a less trauma. And look at those three traumas: abandonment, rejection, and abuse. And see if there's something you're still holding on to. Some patterns that you're living out in your life, whether it's in your relationships, your career, your health, your family life, your friendships, all of those aspects. And just see. Write a list. It's amazing because there's so much gold to be found within the shadows. It can be painful, of course, but there's so much gold. And it's so worth doing. Breaking those cycles, breaking those patterns. It's a beautiful feeling. It's a freeing feeling. Anyway, that's all I had to share. Love to you all. Take care. Bye.